Alright, this is very exciting. You're going to like this. Many new models of headrest DVD players come with an HDMI input port. Alright? Much like the newer TVs do. Now the really cool thing is you can use this HDMI port to add Android to a non-Android headrest. That's very cool. It increases the flexibility, the potential, the entertainment value dramatically. Okay, so before I get in too far into explaining how to add a HDMI dongle to your headrest DVD players, I've done a lot of homework on which dongles are working and which ones don't, and so I'm going to include a link to onfair.com/HDMI. If you go to that link, it will show you Android dongles and other types of HDMI dongles that will work with your Autotane headrest DVD players. Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about the Android dongles. And in other videos, I'll show you more details about the other dongles, such as a Chromecast, such as the Amazon Fire Stick, which if you have an Amazon account, maybe you would want that one. Now, what I've got going here is I have two Android HDMI dongles. Okay, now these are two different dongles, and you can see I've got them connected up in two different configurations. Now, there's a lot of things I've learned along the way that I'm going to share with you, right? Now, you need to connect the USB and the HDMI, right? So you need to do that so that the USB provides power to the dongle. Now, if you're connecting it to a home TV system, you're going to plug this USB into a home power supply. But these headrests do provide power to the USB. And so the USB cable provides power to the dongle. Now, over here you see the dongles plugged straight into the headrest. Over here you see an HDMI extension cable. Now, the reason that I've connected this up to an HDMI extension cable is because it expands the Wi-Fi connectivity, or the range of the antenna. It works as an antenna for the Wi-Fi. Now, this dongle happens to receive Wi-Fi from a farther distance. This dongle didn't. And so, if your Wi-Fi router is far away, you might want to use this cable. If it's nearby, you might not have to. And so that's one of the tips I've learned so far. Now, the beautiful part of using an Android dongle is you now have got the same thing as like an Android tablet, or the same thing as your smartphone, right? Anything you can do with Android, you can do on these headrests, pretty much, right? You can stream video. You can play your favorite apps. You can even go to Facebook or Twitter or Snapchat or whatever and do your social media stuff, right? Now, one thing you need to keep in mind is the HDMI signal is one direction, right? It's in. So even though these headrests have touch screens, the touch navigation will not work. It's not like your smartphone. It's not like a tablet. So in addition to the Android dongle, you need to get yourself a wireless, they call it 2.4 gigahertz keyboard, right? Now these are fairly inexpensive. And so here I have one connected up to each headrest. And I have another model here that I've been testing as well. Just to make sure, the different models work with the different dongles. Now, one tip that I've discovered along the way, right, is these do not light up, okay? And this one does. Now, you can find these models that do light up. They just cost a little bit more. So it's not like this kind doesn't light up and this kind does. You can find them that light up and they don't. But if you're driving at night, you might want the model that lights up. With the push of a button, all the keys light up, and then they can actually see what they're doing. Now, the other thing that I wanted to test was if I have two of these, will they interfere with each other? And so far, with my testing of the two exact models, they communicate to the dongles through a USB that I've plugged in here. And the USB happens to be different. It sends a specific signal. So I'm able to communicate with this one and this one independently. So that's very nice. I was a little worried, and so I was going to recommend buying 2 different keyboards, but so far with my testing here, I've discovered that you can buy the same keyboard and get away with it. Okay, so let's get into what some of the things you can do. Now, you have to have Wi-Fi first, right? So a lot of people with their smartphone, this isn't a smartphone, but pretend it is, right? Their smartphone plan allows them to take a 3G or a 4G signal while you're driving down the road and convert it into a Wi-Fi hotspot. So your smartphone can become a Wi-Fi hotspot. So you're driving down the road, you can then turn this into a Wi-Fi, and the headrest can connect to the Wi-Fi router, phone, right? And then be pretty much the same thing as if you were at home connected to Wi-Fi. Now, obviously, you want to make sure that your cell phone plan has unlimited data or whatever, so that you don't consume too much data and then you get the surprise phone bill. But a lot of people with their smartphone plans can do that. Another thing you can do is these dongles you can unplug them and plug them in at your home and add all kinds of stuff to them. You can download movies. A lot of the streaming movies now allow you to download a movie, right? So that you can watch it offline. So they do have memory storage in them, and most of them do have a slot for a small TF card, for extra storage. And so you can download a whole bunch of movies and watch them while you're on the road. Plug it back into here and watch them while you're on the road. So your children can enjoy this dongle in the home at their home TV, and then plug it into their DVD players, their headrests, when they're on the road, and they'll have the same thing with them all the time. Now, I want to. Oh, one other thing I'm going to show you. So the one thing to note: most DVD players with the HDMI don't have what's called pass-through. It's just the way the circuit boards are built inside, at least as I'm shooting this video. So as new technologies come out, this might not be an issue anymore. But the HDMI port will not pass from one headrest to the other. Okay, so I've shown you a configuration of 2 Android dongles for that purpose. So each child will watch their own. And maybe as they, reconfigure the motherboards, the main boards, the circuits, right? They will have the HDMI pass through in future models. But as of now, that's not the case. So let me go around, and I'm going to show you some of the things that we can do with these Android dongles. So on my left side, right now I am basically navigating the internet, and I'm on our OnFair website, and you can see I am just browsing headrest DVD players, right? Now, so you can surf the internet, and that means you can pretty much do anything you'd like, right? Now on the other side, this comes with, the software really is going to vary from dongle to dongle. In fact, I say dongle 100 times. You might have to make a drinking game out of it or something. But, this one this dongle, Android dongle, has direct access to YouTube videos. So if we go to YouTube, let's see here. Oh, my internet connection died on me here. And it's probably due to being far away from the Wi-Fi. So, but basically you can do YouTube videos, you could do Netflix if you have a Netflix account, you can do Amazon Prime videos, you can go back to the Play Store and go to and download basically any kind of, now I don't have my Google account added on, and I'm not going to add it to this one right now, but you can do, add all your apps. You can actually check your email. Oh, and also, a lot of the Android dongles have Miracast. And some of them also have AirPlay. Now, I'm not sure if this one does or not. I think it does because I think I tested it. But basically, Miracast will mirror your smartphone. Now, again, this isn't a smartphone, but once you mirror your smartphone, it's basically a Wi-Fi connection between the two, right? And whatever you're doing on your smartphone can also be now done on the headrest. Now, of course, these are touchscreen. The touchscreen doesn't feed back. Just keep that in mind. But obviously, you've got unlimited play, and I could spend all day here showing you. You know, the videos, you could go to YouTube, you can go to Twitter, and obviously play music and so forth. And the really nice thing about this is the headrests have infrared, and so the audio can be heard through the headphones. So if they just want to play Pandora music, you know, they can stream Pandora music through here and listen to it on their infrared headphones. And each kid can listen to their own music. They can, if they're not wanting to watch a movie. But also these have FM transmitters. So the FM transmitter allows you to wirelessly send the signal to your car speakers. So now you can listen to Pandora over your car speakers if you wished as well. Or any other, you know, online music. Like Amazon as well has music. Or Google has music and so forth. So again, I'm not going to spend too much time going through what Android does for you because you probably know that with your smartphones or your tablets and so forth. But now, very easily, you can make Android work on a non-Android headrest DVD player. So there you have it. This is the Android version of Dongles, right? HDMI Dongles. I've also been testing the Chromecast and the Fire Stick, and then I'm going to show you some videos of how they work as well. A little bit different because they don't have Android in them, right? So it's more of a screen mirroring functionality, and so you know they do operate differently. But I'm very excited. This is a way to take a non-Android headrest DVD player with HDMI and add the Android dongle to it and make it a Wi-Fi, make it an Android device without the huge expense. So I'm excited about these. I hope you are too. I hope this video helps you. Go to that web address. Again, it's onfair, onfair.com/HDMI. And that link will send you to Android dongles that will work with your Onfair and Autotane headrest DVD players.